Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Wrestling.
A quick thing. Daniel Bryan, by the time this episode airs, of course, Daniel Bryan would have faced Roman Reigns. And, they're doing a career versus title stipulation for the Universal Championship. If Daniel Bryan loses, his career is over. Usually when they do storylines like this, it usually means that either the guy's going to be written off of TV for a reason, or they're going to another brand. So that leads me to believe Daniel Bryan's going to Raw. Do you see that being the direction?
Either that, or he's really going to do the New Japan thing.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I do know his contract. I don't know the exact date.
You don't think they'll just let it run out and let him do the New Japan thing?
I don't know if his contract is I don't know how much time's left on his contract, but I do know his contract's expiring very soon. I don't know how soon that is, but I don't think they would just let him write out the contract and not be on TV. Definitely not. I don't think they would do that. But I don't know. I'm optimistic he's going to Monday Night Raw because we've been talking about it for weeks. Monday Night Raw is in desperate need of credible baby faces, credible good guys that people like to root for. And there's no better white meat good guy, pure vanilla cookie cutter good guy than Daniel Bryan. And think about this. Since the brand split has came back, Daniel Bryan has not been on Raw. He hasn't been on Raw since 2015 or 2014, I believe. Ever since they split back up and bought the Universal Championship in 2016, Daniel Bryan's never been on Raw. So I think it'll make Raw fresh. It'll give them another threat in the main event picture. And also look at all the matchups that he's never had. Bryan versus Bobby Lashley. Daniel Bryan versus Drew McIntyre. Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman. There is a lot for him to do on Raw, and I really hope that's where they're going with this.
I would like it. Listen, if Daniel wants to go to Raw, that amplifies Raw in big time folds. You know what I mean?
Automatically.
Because Raw needs that more legitimacy, you know what I mean? Like, because they lost kind of all of their legitimate main offenders, guys who have track records, guys who are already established. You know what I mean? They kind of left with guys who are still trying to carve a name out for themselves. If you really look at it, it's Bobby, it's Drew, it's
Riddle, Damian Priest, a lot of guys, finding themselves. Yeah.
They're still trying to carve out a career. So Daniel Bryan will help them with that tremendously. But if you did say he was looking at the whole New Japan thing, what if he's really looking at that?
No, knowing Daniel Bryan, I'm not talking like we know him personally, but judging by how he talks in interviews, and especially one of his recent interviews, he did say he's trying to find a way to convince WWE to let him wrestle anywhere he would like, as if he was like a free agent that gets to bounce around. I don't see WWE letting that happen. So, but I also don't see Daniel Bryan saying, all right, if they won't let me just break free of WWE completely. I think he needs WWE a lot right now.
You don't think he would just cut the ties if that's what he really wants?
You see him you think he would? If he wants to really wrestle, all these indie type, the Kenny Omegas and the.
You want to know something? I don't understand. I don't understand why any of these guys leave, but they do it.
I don't either. You're right. I mean, I'm not ruling it out. I know this sounds crazy, but here's how I look at it. And this is just a real educated guess based off of me. I like to try to read between the lines if I'm going to, put a wild prediction out there. if he does leave, if he does decide, oh, I really want to wrestle guys I never wrestled, like Kenny Omega, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, all those people on AEW, a lot of Japan wrestlers. If he makes that decision, CM Punk will follow him to AEW. That's how I'm rating it. I don't think he'll go over there without some type of ace like that. I think him and CM Punk would have planned it because they got a lot of history. They've known each other since the Indies. I think I could see them being the guys like, hey, I want to do something different and be the stars over there. But other than that, he got Total Bellas. He got all these investments. He'd be crazy. You think Vince won't take off Total Divas? I know that. That's a moneymaker, yo. If you leave, you think Brie want him to leave?
That would probably affect her in a lot of ways, wouldn't it? Like it would kind of mess with her gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely would. But on the CM Punk thing, I don't know if he's coming back to do anything.
You don't think he's ever coming back?
I don't know. The answers he's been given, it really doesn't seem like anybody who would even think about doing it, unless it's something like unless they give him kind of like a Brock Lesnar type of thing where he can come and go as he pleases and he gets to do what he wants to do.
I think that's what he wants. I think that's what he would want.
But honestly. I don't think WWE is going to give that to him. You
don't think if he came back to WWE tomorrow, I'm sure he would be a part-timer.
No, but
I'm sure.
I mean, the leeway that Brock Lesnar gets to do, like
the leeway.
When he comes, he gets to come. He picks his fight. He picks how he gets used.
Yeah.
He picks everything. You know what I mean? Everything's laid out.
I think they would give it to him. Vince is a forgiving guy.
I'm not sure they would give that to CM Punk.
To keep him away from AEW? I think they would.
I don't think they would care if he went to AEW.
No, I would care if I think CM Punk's worth caring for, man. That star power. That
why?
Is he not the last wrestling comeback that everybody wants to see because of unfinished business? He is. What other comeback are we holding out a little bit of hope for? That's the most interesting comeback.
If he was to come back,
he has too much unfinished business.
If he was to come back, it would be good. Yeah, it would be a good thing. But is he one of those guys that could cause a major shift? I'm not sure he would cause a major shift anymore. I'm not sure he would cause a major shift anymore. I think it's been too long.
That's hard to say. I think the fact that it's been too long it would give him that extra interest, especially at first.
He's even skinnier now.
He's doing movies, apparently, low-rep movies.
You see what I mean? He got knocked out a couple times in UFC. The stigma is gone.
Man, nobody would care about him getting knocked out.
Nah, they would care.
Not in wrestling.
Care. The last time we looked at you, you were getting embarrassed on the floor.
Hey, we all knew he wasn't a fighter. That's for sure. If anyone thought he was a fighter, they're bugging. But you already hear people already planted the excuses for him. Oh, no matter what, anybody who steps in the octagon's a tough guy. That's what people be saying about him. Nobody would hold that against him.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, in terms of the fighting world, because at the end of the day, this is a competitive combat sport.
Yeah, so on some level, yeah.
Yeah, so you come here, you gotta at least look like the role, look like the tough guy. He doesn't even look like CM Punk anymore.
Because he's not a wrestler at all anymore. like at all.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So you would have to come and fit the role, and it would. I mean, it would be good. I'm not saying it wouldn't be good. It would be a good comeback. I think he could come back and make noise, but I don't think it would be something that would be, you know, a major transcendent, like if John Cena came back or something, or
Oh, you can't even compare
or if Lesnar
that.
comes back. You know what I mean?
It's just the fact that AEW doesn't have a guy like that, and to get a guy like that, or if WWE was to get that back, that's a big name to drop on your roster, like to come in for free, like that, especially for AEW. They don't got someone like that, and he would instantly be their biggest star.
It's big if he can still go, kind of how he used to go.
Of course, that matters too. That matters too. So, how he performs.
Yeah, if you can come back, build your weight just a little bit more to what you was, and you can still get in the ring and do some things. Because I know we can still talk.
Oh, I think the talking would be on a whole nother level because of all the things he's been holding in all these years. The promos
I know
would be
we can
lit.
still talk.
I'm just saying if it's gonna be interesting to see, man. If Daniel Bryan's to do that, if he wants to play the whole I want to wrestle unknowns I never wrestled, yeah, I could realistically see that. But man, I'm just thinking from a normal place, like he don't got it bad in WWE. He got it real great, and it's not like they're overworking him. Ever since he got cleared back, you know, if they let him, you know, get months off, he's a little bit more of a he's like a Jericho full timer, part timer. Like he's not really night in night out. You know, they're flexible with him, so it would surprise me like to just leave all that away in a way, Brad.
I think it would be a fool to do that, to leave. But I think your prediction will be right. I'm gonna go with your prediction. I'm actually gonna ride with you on that one.
Monday Night Raw.
I think he's just gonna transition to Raw.
I think so.
He'll probably just get written off SmackDown for a long time.